Well, good morning. It's Tuesday, June 16th. Trust everybody's fine. It's nice here in Vancouver Island this morning. Nice sun shining, a little bit of wind. No noise from the rain as we had yesterday. I apologize for that, but I just can't control the rain. And so we had to listen to that rattling off the roof. But anyway, trust all is well. Thank you for taking a boot. As always, I'll have a couple of links, maybe a few more. I'll see how the day progresses down below. And in Canada, I see the CERB has been extended for another 8 weeks. That is the $2,000 a month the payment from the government for people who have had their work interrupted. Interesting. And who knows how long this is going to go on. And, we've talked at Tuesdays, we're talking about people who might want to change things up. And this is, I think, number 4 in that series. So, again, those links will be about that. And I'm not sure who has read the links from the last Tuesday. If you haven't, well, you can go back. I may repost those again. But if you want to change things up, you've got to do some digging and some research to know the environment you're in, what's happening, what's coming. And what else was interesting this morning? I looked at Amazing Polly had a quick video, and she's doing some research in Africa. I think it was in Tanzania, but they had done the doctor there, the head honcho, decided to test the testing facility and didn't tell the testers. So they took a sample of a goat, a sample of a rabbit, a papaya, and several other things, and sent them on in for testing, and for the Wuhan waltz music. And they all came back positive. Now, I'm not sure that has been sort of downplayed on any mainstream, but it's worth thinking about. Not to say that African leaders don't BS bullshit their people as well. But it's going to be interesting to see how that works. I see China is gearing up for the second wave. A lot of people in lockdown again. Anybody at risk, you're not going into Beijing. And again, this is just news we're getting from this side. I haven't chatted with my Chinese connection yet to see what her contacts in that area tell me. We'll do that and see if we can verify some things. Other than that, it's a wonderful day. And take a look at the links. And the first thing you have to do is decide what would you like to do. If you're wanting to change things up, maybe you're happy just with the $2,000 a month and wait to see what happens. Some people might be thinking of changing up. Maybe their position isn't there, or maybe they didn't like the position in the first place. And that's the first thing. Got to decide on some things you might like to do, that you would like doing, that you would enjoy doing. And so as you read those, listen to these links, as you go over the Without Conscience, you go over the UN documents, and try to think is what you would like to do, is it going to maybe fit into the parameters that it looks like they may be coming down. Another interesting thing, they've done some surveys and they find a majority of millennials would like to go to a socialist, communist sort of system. They don't like capitalism. And that's interesting. That's really interesting. They obviously hadn't really looked at communism in a serious way. They got the kumbaya, play guitar by the fire idea about it, but they haven't really researched it. Because I think if they did, unless they're totally stupid, they would see that it just isn't a cool place to be. But of course, that's what teachers are pouring into the ears, so they don't, most people today don't learn how to think, they learn what to think. And if you're a teacher out there, hey, you don't agree with that, get back to me. You know, I've had debates with a lot of teachers, and you know, we're after cops for doing a bad job. I mean, there's a lot of teachers out there doing the same, a lot of doctors out there doing the same, but nobody is held accountable. And of course, teachers say, we're not doing a bad job, we're teaching the right way to think, what way they're supposed to. And I suppose you're fulfilling that mandate. But is it a real education? I once had a young fellow work with me in the marketing area. Brilliant young man. I think I mentioned him before. And I often suggested to him that maybe he should go back and sue his teachers for malpractice, because they just sort of moved him, bumped him along, and didn't address education for him at all. He educated himself, and he's very successful today. And fortunately, he ran into some people who understood his brilliance, and a lot of people sort of gave him a hand up and got him on track. If he'd been left to the school system, who knows where in the hell he would end up. Mind you, knowing his character and his drive and his intelligence, he would have probably figured it out. May have taken him longer. But other than that, there's a lot going on, and like I say, there's several theories out there. Everybody who's thinking knows that there's something bigger. And you just have to look at Europe and England and Australia and North America. I mean, we're all in the toilet for what reason? And scary. And of course, you look at what's happening in the U.S. That's going to spread. You know, there's that lag time. Not happening in Canada yet, but it's not happening in Britain yet, in Europe yet. But they're starting to get itchy in Europe. So I think it's going to be a reverse lag time from the States to Europe to Britain, then maybe to here, if it's not too late. Of course, we'll leave it at that. I'm going to run for now and take a look at these links. And if I really want to change what I'm doing, it's up to me. If it is to be for you, it's up to you. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have got to figure out what you would like to do and see if it'll fit in the parameters of where we are and where we might be going. And take care. Bye for now.